welcome back to my channel. I am Mazelleغ. I know it has been a while since I posted a video. I have been very busy these last couple of weeks. I am no longer in Ghana. I am in the States, and in this video I'm going to be taking you all on a journey with me and sharing with you all that I had to do as a part for my mother-in-law's funeral. It'll be 2 weeks this Friday. So I'm going to take you on that journey to show you all that I had to do as a wife for my husband during his grieving process of his mother. So funerals in Ghana is a pretty big deal. Funerals everywhere you go is a big deal, but in Ghana I would definitely say it is like 10 times a big deal. It is something that takes a long time to plan. A lot of times when I tell people that I'm going to a funeral in Ghana and then they hear when the person passed away, they're always very shocked and just like, really, that's a long time to be burying somebody. But it's very common in Ghana that a person could die in January and you not have the funeral till February or March or sometimes later. There's a lot of planning that is involved in planning a funeral. You have to make sure that everybody's there. You have to make sure that you are able to get all the necessary things that is needed for the funeral. It's not just the family coming to the funeral and that's it. There's a lot of different things that have to take place in order for the funeral to take place. A lot of traditional things, a lot of cultural things, important people have to be there. And so there has to be a date and a time that everybody is going to be able to come to the funeral. And if everybody cannot come to the funeral, then of course that might prolong the time. So it's very normal for funerals to not take place in a 2-week time or a 4-week time. Very normal for a funeral to take 2 to 3 months to happen, and that is just something that is a lot of times done in Ghana because there's just a lot of planning to take place. So that's the first thing that I want to say about Ghanaian funerals. Now, when I say these things, I'm not saying that is the way it is all the time or that this is the way it is in all of Ghana. Even in Ghana, in various areas, you're going to do things differently. People are going to do things differently. They may have different cultural things, even within the villages, even within certain cities, even within certain regions, that they do things differently from one another. So again, I can only speak on where I'm at. I can't really speak on anything else. So everything I'm showing you is all based on my husband's village, which will be in Konya. This is the OT region, so it might be different in other regions, but I do know that giving gifts to the grieving family is customary. I think that is something that is done all over Ghana. But as far as like different things that the people do, some of those things might be different. So I do want to throw it out there before I have people in my comment section talking about, it don't happen here or blah, 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 blah. I'm just going by what happened where my husband's from. Okay, so with that being said, in the States, what we usually do when a person dies and, to show our respect for the family or, whoever's involved, is that there are several things that you can do to show your respect to the grieving family. You can make a dish, you can make them food. Because a lot of times the grieving family doesn't have time to cook. They don't have time to maybe go get something to eat. They are, of course, grieving. They're preparing for the funeral. So a lot of times food is something that you can make and bring to the grieving family. You can also send flowers to the grieving family. You can give monetary gifts. You can send a card. So those are different things that a lot of times are predominantly what is done in the States to show respect for grieving families. In Ghana, it is like tenfold. It's more than just that. And so part of the thing that has to be done is that the spouses have to give gifts to the spouse that is grieving. And the gifts are different depending on if it's a man and a woman. So as the wife of a person, of a Ghanaian who is grieving, I, as his wife, as my husband's wife, have to give gifts to him during his grieving process. And so he kind of showed me before, you know, what I will probably be doing. I'm gonna tell y'all honestly, I was scared. I was a little reluctant. I didn't know if it was something I wanted to do, because when he was kind of explaining it to me, he didn't really know the whole thing, the whole process. And so there was like little holes and things, and I was just like, okay, what am I going to be doing? And so my anxiety kind of kicked in. I was definitely like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I stressed myself out. I was really worried. But once I did it and understood what was going on, it was definitely not all that I thought it was going to be. And I actually end up glad that I went through with that and actually did the cultural thing that wives do, so that my husband, of course, could get the gifts that he's supposed to have to get, you know, during that grieving process. So anyways, I do have some different video shots and stuff like this as I'm kind of speaking through things, and I will let y'all kind of see the videos and stuff, and as I'm going through. So the first thing is that I met with his cousin. He's got so many different family members, but anyways, I spoke with one of his family members and his wife, and they kind of sat me down and explained to me kind of everything that I had to buy for my husband. And so everything that I have to buy for him for the funeral are all things that he will use while he's grieving, the things that I'm not able to get on his own, such things as toothbrush, toothpaste, a towel, sandals, slippers, perfume, powder, drinks, that is, and water, like sodas, whiskey, handkerchiefs. I had to also give money too. I have to give him money. I also have to give money to his family members. I had to give money to some of the important people of the clan and some of the important people in the village as well. So I had to give monetary gifts on that. I had to give him a fabric, like a very expensive fabric. And I also had to buy fabric for his mom to place into her casket. I had to get a bin, like a washing bin, to put everything in. I had to get a bucket that he's used, and the local sponge. I had to buy that. I had to buy soap. And so the first thing they did was sat me down and tell me everything that I had to purchase for my husband. So once everything is purchased, then of course you have to decide, when am I going to present these gifts? And it is a big to do. So it's not something that you just, you know, hey, it's something that has to be planned. They have a band and everything like that. Like, it's a big deal, y'all. So anyways, the night before I'm supposed to give my gifts, his mom's sister actually came to me and she was like, okay, let me make sure you got everything you supposed to have, because if you don't have everything, then we're gonna have to go to the market to get whatever you don't have. So she actually checked to make sure that I had all the necessary things I was supposed to have. I did have to end up going and buying wrappers, because we forgot to buy like fancy wrappers to wrap the presents in, the gifts in. You don't just hand it to them, you actually wrap it nice and pretty. And so I didn't get any wrappers, so I had to get that. I had to get another towel. I forgot to get crates of drinks, which I thought I did get crates of drink during the shopping process, but I guess I didn't. And then I didn't get enough whiskey, y'all, so I had to end up buying a little bit more whiskey. So anyway, once all that was a-okay, then she gave me the good go. Okay, you good, you're ready to present these gifts. So the funeral was actually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A lot of times in Ghanaian culture with funerals last for 3 to 4 days, sometimes longer, depending on whatever's going on. His mom's funeral lasted for 4 days. And so the first day, basically is kind of like the wake, where people come and it starts at like in the afternoon. They're able to view the body. The music is playing, and you pretty much stay up all night. They play music and everything like that. It is customary to wear black. So this is what I wore to the funeral. It's just a basic black skirt with a black t-shirt. Now this particular dress, I did have a top to go with this dress. But the seamstress did not do the top part right the way I wanted it to. And so I didn't have time to change it. So I didn't wear the top. I just ended up just wearing a black t-shirt. And then Saturday morning is, of course, the actual funeral. And then you're supposed to wear black and white. And so this is what I wore for Saturday. Usually what happens is that the family actually gets fabric that everybody wears. And the colors customary for that is black and white. And my mother-in-law's funeral, it was packed out. Like, there was no seats hardly in that church. And if you've ever heard the Ghanaian singing, I mean, it is just phenomenal. So I'm going to just show you just kind of like a clip of the singing. I try my best not to get people's faces, because I don't like videoing people without them knowing, or putting their faces out there without them knowing. So if there is somebody, I would have blurred their face out so that you can't see. But I just wanted you all to hear the singing during the funeral.
Last stanza.
And Sunday is sort of like a sunrise mass, or a mass in honor of my mother-in-law. And so Sunday, you usually, again, you can wear white or black or both. We ended up getting shirts made. My husband got these beautiful shirts made that has my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law. My gosh, can I not talk? On the shirts. And so we ended up wearing that Sunday morning, and I just wore a skirt. And then this is the same outfit that I actually presented my gifts in. So just wanted to show y'all kind of what I wore and what's customary a lot of times during Ghanaian funerals. This is all of my gifts, and they have all got it wrapped and ready to be presented. And then I also wanted to show you when a man is presenting to a woman. Woman's gifts are different from men's gifts. As you can see, it's food is what he presents her with. So you have yams, there's some corn here. He gifted her with firewood. She got a goat, tomatoes, everything that she's going to need to cook a good meal during her time of grieving. And then, of course, the men get everything they're going to need to take care of themselves. So this is all of my gifts. And then what happens is they have girls come and carry this on the head. The wives do not carry the gifts on the head. The wives usually kind of walk behind the gifts and the band as she's making her entrance. So I'm going to now show you some video footage of me marching to the actual place where we were having the ceremony and stuff. My children did a very good job of trying to get as much of the footage as they can. So here is some footage of me presenting my gifts to my husband. So let me tell y'all, it was hot out there. I had sweat running down my back. I had sweat running down my face. But it was all for my husband, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So there is a part in here where they go through and they pretty much announce everything that I've purchased him, and they show it all to the crowd, so the crowd can see everything that you purchased, and also how much money did you give him as well.
Fine. What the gift? Fine. So I wasn't.
And so all of that's done out in the open. Everybody tells, he announces everything that I gave, all the money that I gave to everybody, and then I just kind of sit and just kind of look around and just kind of take it all in. And then once everything is given, or once they have told everything, then me and my husband, we dance. And so that is customary for the husband and the wife to go out in the middle and they dance and they hug and everything like that. Of course, it's him showing his appreciation for me giving the gifts to him, and of course if it was a wife, she'd be showing appreciation to her husband for the gift giving as well. So this is my husband, me and my husband, and of course I'm going to blur his face out because he does not want to be shown on TV, on YouTube. But anyways, just here's a little clip of that. They came and they told me I did well, and I did a good job, and they were just so happy that I participated and that I did that for my husband. And I got a lot of compliments and kudos for just stepping out there, and I'm so glad that I did that. It was scary, but at the same time I knew that I had to do that for my husband because it was important to him, and so if it was important to him, it was definitely going to be important for me. So that is it, guys. Sharing my experience of giving gifts to my husband for a customary funeral in Ghana. Trying to get back onto posting regularly. So yeah, that is all I have for you all in this video. I am Michele Mazelleغ. Thank you all for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.